Not as big as the guy in the movie, if you've ever seen that thing. Okay, yeah, this is a green iguana. The green iguana, well, is also known as chicken of the trees. The kids don't always get that reference, but some adults may remember a different chicken of the sea, right? Well, here's the thing. The green iguana is actually helping to protect the rainforest and helping the people because people raise them and farm them. See, one of the things is that people live in a lot of different places and they have children and families and they need to survive. Well, for a long time, in many parts of the rainforest, they would need to survive. So they would cut down the trees, they could sell the wood, then they would farm the land. Many times they would raise cattle. And they were raising the cattle not only for meat for their family, but also meat to sell. Well, what they discovered is that green iguanas are also something that is often eaten. And the iguanas, well, if you're going to raise them, you want to raise them where there's trees. And actually, they found out that they can produce more meat on an acre by raising iguanas than they could cattle, which is kind of an amazing thing. And that helped the people. Because here's the thing, rather than have to cut down all the trees so that they could raise cattle or farm it, they left the trees there. As a matter of fact, they started planting trees, and that gave the people a way to take care of themselves and their family and provide the animals a place to live as well. Now, the green iguana, of course, is the only species of iguana that is not a threatened or endangered species, which goes to show that it actually works, right? And here's the thing, there's lots of iguanas when you travel down there now, and this is one, yours got away, didn't you? Yeah. I wear a glove, by the way, when I'm holding this guy. By the way, I'm wearing the glove not because I'm afraid of them, it's because iguanas are built for living in the trees. They have razor-sharp claws that they dig into the bark of the tree, and where are you going? No, face that direction. I was born without bark. The green iguana wakes up in the morning, and the first thing they do is they try and find a nice sunny spot. Because they're a reptile, they're cold-blooded. Doesn't mean they're cold all the time, just means they don't produce any body heat. They climb out into a sunny spot on a tree branch, then they'll hold that thing sticking out underneath their neck, called the dewlap, and they'll just soak up the sun. Now, of course, when he's out soaking up sun, that's an opportunity when an animal might be able to make a meal out of him. And most of his enemies, predators that hunt them, come from above, hawks and eagles. Well, luckily, he can see them coming, because you know that the green iguana has something that every mom has, a third eye. That's right. Now, kids, I know it's hard to find because it's hidden back there in the back of their head, but the green iguana has a third eye. You can't see his either because it doesn't look like an eyeball. It's right in the middle of the top of his head. And all it does is it tells him if it's light or dark above him. By the way, green iguanas are not the only animals that have something like this. There are a lot of animals that do. That way, if a shadow goes above him, which would come from a bird or like a hawk or eagle, it warns them that there's danger. And if they fly down and attack him, well, he's built for protection. See, not only does he have those sharp claws, but he has all these bumpy scales that are kind of sharp on top of his body, makes it harder to grab a hold of, and he's got a weapon. And do you know what his weapon is? His tail. Well, this is not a rodent wearing a costume, people. This is Tolly, and he's called a Brazilian three-banded. He's not magic, what? Armadillo, come on up here, man. That's exactly right. This is an armadillo. Yes, this is a reward, not a punishment. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, you guessed right. Yeah, this is an armadillo. Look at it. She's like, I didn't want to come up there. Yeah. See, I like the rewards, smart people. Now, what's your name? Chelsea. Boy, I like how you said your name like you weren't that excited that you were named Chelsea. She's like, Chelsea. All right, Chelsea. Don't look at me like that. Boy, how old are you? Yeah, that explains a lot. All right, now. Right, moms? Okay. Now, Chelsea, this is a Brazilian three-banded armadillo. The word armadillo means little armored one, right? Pretty good name. And they are covered in armor. Here's the cool thing. There's been a couple of universities that have studied this animal because of their armor. And they've learned that it's one of the best forms of armor in the animal kingdom because it's a lot more flexible than a turtle or tortoise, right? And it's actually got 2 layers. I want you to feel the top layer there. Now, Chelsea, there is something in the cafeteria that's also hard that's made out of the same stuff. You know what it is? Some people paint theirs and they grow at the ends of your fingers and toes. Fingernails. The same stuff that makes our fingernails, our keratin, which is found in our skin, our hair, and our fingernails, is what makes the outside layer hard on an armadillo. But his armor, right, that keratin is most like our fingernails. It grows, it gets thick and hard, and will protect it. Now, if Chelsea pressed down a little bit, you'll notice it doesn't move, does it? Because underneath that outside keratin layer is a second layer of armor. It is made of, inside our body, our skeleton's made of it? Bones, that's right. Those two layers of armor make this one of the best forms of armor in the animal kingdom. Feel it one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Chelsea helping us out. Thank you, Chelsea. Macaw. The biggest of the parrots. Yes. Yes. Well, I didn't even ask you for anything yet. You're just showing how beautiful you are, huh? Oh, did you miss it? Here, try it again. There you go. There you go. Yes, very beautiful. There you go. Very beautiful. Now, yes, people love them because they're beautiful, but even more people love them because of something that they do. What do parrots do that people love? What? Really? You know, I can become like a millionaire if they talk. Yeah, get them parts in movies and TV shows. You know, I'll be your agent. Yeah. Here's the problem. Parrots don't talk. I know. It may sound like talking, but what they actually are doing is something called mimicking or copying. They don't understand the words that they're mimicking or copying. It's just when they're around people, sometimes they'll do it for attention or for food. And I got a couple raisins there. You want to show off a little bit there? Give a little wave there. They didn't hear you. Want to try? Yeah. How about when I'm not talking? Yeah. What? What? Give a little wave. Give him a little howdy. Howdy. There you go. Give him a Oh, hold on. What about your Spanish? How about your Spanish? There we go. Yeah. Yes. Now, sometimes it's hard to understand him. He said howdy and hola. Don't get excited. You're never going to travel down to the Amazon and see them flying around going, howdy, hola, welcome to the Amazon. Start dancing around like in the movie Rio or something, right? They're not a greeting crew. No, as a matter of fact, most people are very disappointed if you were to get a parrot as a pet that his favorite sounds are not howdy, hola, Polly, want a cracker? Like in the cartoon. No, his favorite sound to make every day, constantly, is this one. And you can't turn them off or take their batteries out. Like this cousin, the raccoon. This is Mango, and he's called a kinkajou. No, not a Pikachu. A kinkajou, yeah. No, Pikachu. That was that other thing I was talking about. Okay, so a kinkajou. Who decided he's related to the raccoon? Scientists. How'd they do it? Science! Well, here's the thing. The very first animals that were put into family groups were put into those family groups by scientists. And they looked to two things, teeth and bones. Do you know we know a lot about dinosaurs just from teeth and bones? Teeth tell you what kind of food an animal ate. Bones that tells you how the animal was built and how they move. Well, let me tell you something. If you have sharp teeth for killing things, and you eat only meat, you would be called a carnivore. Yes, this is the same kind of lemur as King Julian. Don't get too excited. He's not going to break out into, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Why? I forgot his pineapple had it on, that's why. Now, this is a lemur. The word lemur means spirit or ghost. Zuga means spirit or ghost, right? You can see, of course, the yellow or golden eyes. Now, the lemur is actually a prosimian, which simply means they're a primitive monkey. Now, I don't just get to call him a monkey because I want to. There are some things that make him a monkey. The easiest thing to show you, watch how he picks up the grape. That was pretty quick. Did you see it? I'll do it again. Lemurs do not have paws. They have hands. And what makes... Sir, can you please sit down for me in front? Thank you so much. What makes it a hand instead of a paw? These do. Thumbs. That's right, thumbs. Lemurs actually have 4 thumbs. See it there? How many thumbs do you have? 1. Check the other hand. You should have 2. There you go. Yeah, what kind of punishment do parents hand out at home? Come on, right? Lemurs, they have 4 thumbs. They have 1 thumb on each hand and 1 thumb on each foot. How many thumbs do you have on your feet? 2. What are you counting down there? Hold on, the biggest one down there's called a big toe. Not a big thumb, right? What's up with all the thumbs? It has to do with lemurs don't have sharp claws. You know, most animals that climb trees really well have sharp claws to help them do that, which is great for climbing trees. But sharp claws do not help an animal climb smooth vines or rocky cliffs. You can smile, it's all right, Chelsea. There you go. Well, some of you kids might be surprised to learn this, but not everyone is a fan of snakes. No. As a matter of fact, some people are afraid of snakes. Some people, like some adults, were taught that the only good snake is a... Who said dead snake? Did you hear that? That was out loud. And those adults that didn't say it out loud may have been thinking it. Right? Well, think about that, adults. If you're taught to fear something, well, of course you're going to be afraid of it, right? You were taught to be afraid. If you're not taught anything positive about an animal, well, how can you appreciate it? I need to find one last volunteer to come up here and help us out with this last animal. Oh, you put your hand down. I almost called on you over there. Oh, back up. Come on over here in the blue. Yes, you. Again, you and Chelsea, this is a reward, not a punishment. Come on up here. What do you mean you're good? Look at that. Boy, I lost him really quick there. Oh, in front? All right, come on up here. I like that. He's all ready. He's got his phone ready. Here, get pictures of me, man. I'm going to Instagram this thing right away. Come on over here. There you go. Here, look down there. Say hi to your fans. There you go. Are you videoing or taking pictures? Video, perfect. Oh yeah, we don't have to freeze the video. All right, what's your name? Your name, what's your name? Zach, all right. Zach, so snakes are actually one of the most important animals on the planet for humans. Did you know this? Yes, and here's why. Snakes are one of the top predators on the planet of rodents like rats and mice. Do you want to eat rats and mice? No. You thought about it for a second. You getting hungry? Yeah. Rats and mice eat plants, like the rainforest. Did you know that rodents like rats and mice make up the largest group of mammals in the world's rainforest? They are eating the rainforest every day. We would not have beautiful rainforests without animals like snakes eating them. And closer to home, rats and mice eat plants like farmers' crops, which is our food. Zach, do you like to eat food? If you like to eat food, people, you better learn to love snakes. Yes, they don't eat farmers' crops, and they don't eat the rainforest. They eat the animals that are doing that. Now, Zach, I can tell people that all day long, and they just don't care because they can't stand the way a snake looks. They think if you touch a snake, it would feel wet and slimy. Well, Zach, feel Nastasha here. Or use your whole hand, Zach. Get in there. There you go. Run your hand right down. Does that feel wet and slimy or soft and dry? It's soft and dry. So why does a snake look shiny? Their scales are so smooth they reflect light, like sequins and glitter. Is sequins and glitter wet? No, it's smooth and shiny. At the end of the program, this is the animal that you can have a chance to touch. And if you touch Nastasha and you think that she's slimy, what you're going to have to do is take your hand, dry it off, and touch again. Because Zach, do you know what happens to human hands when they get nervous, excited, or hot? They sweat. Yeah, by the way, that'll happen the first time you hold hands with a girl to dance with her too. Yeah, your hands getting all sweaty, Zach. Yeah, we took... You're so excited your hair stood straight up. Look at that.
Oh my gosh! Can I touch it too?
Awesome. Yes, of course adults can touch. But she doesn't sit perfectly still, by the way, so we gotta adjust every once in a while.